work. Today, we want to introduce the management team of this college for us. As the name of affairs of this college, the chairman of council, on the management team of the college, we have the provost of the college, Professor Isaac Wale. They have the head of library, Mr. A.K. Salau. They are welcome. The bursar of the college will soon join us, Mr. Wideji, is busy working on some records. And my humble self, the registrar of the college, Mr. Adenola Adeoti. We are not here alone. The council and the managers have brought along other important staff of the college that are working with us. The team from the agric department, they are here with us. I have the head of the agric department, Dr. Omatara, head of the department. I have the head of student affairs officer, who happens to be also the coordinator of college farm, Mr. Fatai Adidayo. You are welcome. And another specialist in agri, Dr. Efu Ajayi. You are also welcome. I have the technician, chief officer agri, Mr. Esa Oni. You are welcome. And then Chris. All right, we have the Deputy General Manager for our PPP program, Mr. Adewale. You are also welcome. We have the media man of the college, Pastor Kolawole. You are also welcome. The CRO of the college, Mr. Dotuni. You are welcome. I will welcome everyone here. And without wasting time, we want the officials of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the team leader, to introduce our guest. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody, the chairman, the provost, and the council members, and the staff members. It's a pleasure to be in your midst today. My name is Dr. Benga Arukoyo, leading a team from the office of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, team from the National Fadama Coordination Office, Osun State's Fadama Coordination Office, as well as staff of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Osun State Ministry of Agriculture. To my right, have Mrs. Peter Akani. She's the technical advisor to the Minister on Quality Control and Standards. I have Dr. Wale Adediji, the State Coordinator of the Fadama Project. Mr. Ila-orangun to his right from the State Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Sam Alabi is from the National Fadama Coordination Office, Dr. Kayode Oyeleye is the Special Advisor Media to the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, and we have Mr. Ikemefuna Obat. He is of the Federal Department of Agriculture. And lastly, but not least, Mr. Kule Adolawo is of the Federal Department of Agriculture. Thank you. Oh, okay. You are sitting far away from what you have been. Mr. Olufemi Kapi is the Training and Technical Assistant Officer of the State Fadama Coordination Office.
Thank you very much. We've done that, and we're very welcome to give address to just let me just read it so that it's possible. All protocols duly observed. I'm very glad to welcome to our college the team of experts who the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Chief Adobe, has kindly approved to visit here in response to our request for the support of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to our humble efforts and support to our humble efforts at promoting commercial farming and relevant farm-based agro-allied businesses using our vast and fertile land and other natural local endowments. Realizing the great love that the Honorable Minister, himself a big and accomplished farmer, has for farming, we recently sought his assistance to facilitate the involvement of available intervention programs or aid agencies in the field of agriculture, which could ensure that we efficiently exploit and optimize the potentials of our available land space and other resources from national agricultural promotion and development in the best way possible. We therefore invited the Honorable Minister for a field visit to inspect our land and hold discussions with us on how we might benefit from the Ministry's expertise and technical know-how. The Honorable Minister's prompt response by filling this trip no doubt testifies to his very laudable vision of utilizing educational institutions with vast arable land for practical demonstrations and to grow food and other crops for either own use or to generate much needed internally generated revenues to income. We like to use this medium to commend our visionary Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Chief Adobe, on his radical efforts at transforming Nigeria's agricultural sector within the context of smallholder farmers' empowerment, national self-sufficiency, import substitution, agricultural export promotion, food safety, food quality assurance, agricultural financing, improvement of institutions for agriculture and so on. And also, we want to thank him as a good friend of the state of Osun. Osun State College of Education, where we are now, is located in the middle of an agrarian community at the borders of three states, Osun, Ekiti, and Kwara State. Traditionally, the local farmers in this area cultivate food crops like maize, yam, cassava, plantain, and banana, and industrial crops like cocoa, cola nut, bitter cola, oil palm trees, and fruit trees, especially mango, sweet orange, guava, and cashew. The land is also suitable for different types of livestock and forestry farming. The college has at least 1,500 hectares yet to be cultivated arable land, presently grossly underutilized and suitable for both wet and dry season irrigation farming for strategic commercial farming throughout the year. It is the wish of the college authorities, with the consent of the owner state government, to embark on commercial farming, that is, including crop processing and possible export of produce to other states in Nigeria, African countries, and internationally, as well as agro-based industrial projects for possible processing of various agricultural produce into semi-finished and finished products. and in addition to add values and to ensure post-harvest loss management. The college has already incorporated a holding company to collaborate with any prospective co-investors or entrepreneurs in various private-public partnership joint venture arrangements. It is to these ends that we are seeking the help and collaboration of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development in securing possible agricultural development interventions, which may, among other things, offer an opportunity for part of our college land to be used as a demonstration farm settlement for smallholder farmers in selected sectors, to avail part use of our land for selected commodities for export, aiding a controlled environment for zero reject and all-year-round farming through irrigation, and also to attract public-private partnership investors for appropriate local processing facilities. I thank the Honorable Minister for giving our request his due attention in potentially contributing usefully to Nigeria's overall agricultural development, especially by ensuring commencement and effective implementation of the collaborative arrangement against the next planting session, which we hope will soon begin in this part of the country. Therefore, on behalf of the Honorable of the entire college community and of this owner state government of Ossceila, I once again welcome you all to our midst. We shall now lead you around the college's available land space. We beseech you to enjoy the panoramic view of the beautiful scenery, which makes the area a tourist haven. I'm sure by the time you are coming and see the undulating mountains and the cascading, vegetation, you know what I'm talking about. So you will be welcome today, anytime to come and spend your holidays here. But we don't want you to be carried away. We want to urge you not to be carried away by the beauty of the scenery and forget to notice the richness of our land for agricultural purposes. Once again, I welcome you. I call on the provost because it's a short address.
Well, all the protocol duly observed. When the chairman speaks, I don't know if the provost should speak again, but they give me that honor to also say a little words. Well, as a follow-up to the chairman's speech, we sincerely appreciate the visit of the expert committee to the college in response to our clarion call to collaborate with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in rural development, FMAD, to encourage our determination to key into the federal government policy of promoting the agricultural sector to boost food production and other agricultural products in Nigeria. We are mostly grateful to the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development for his prompt response to our humble request. The college is endowed with vast arable land of about 1,000 hectares, part of which we want to translate to practical agricultural demonstration to the rural farmers and our students in order to encourage interest in farming for better production of food for our teeming population and to increase our internally generated revenue idea. This we hope to achieve as soon as all the preparations are concluded, and particularly we are ready to start this current growing season. Again, we pledge our sincere readiness to join hands with the ministry to achieve its objectives of mass production of food and other agricultural produce in order to guarantee a bid for self-sufficiency and even exporting of these products to strengthen the national economy. Once again, we thank our Honorable Minister for his support and the team of experts who have found time after their busy schedule to visit our college. At this time, we need all encouragement to realize our aims and objectives at promoting farming activities. Once again, we thank you so much for coming. I would say the Lord will bless your ministry and your presence here, and we will to work together to achieve the goal by God's grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I will just want to call on the technical advisor to the Honorable Minister of Quality Assurance and Standards, Mr. Ita, to just give a small goodwill message from the Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much.
Please sit down.
Please permit me to stand. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the warm reception. I bring you greetings from my Honorable Minister of Agriculture. I need not say much about him because we all know his commitment to developing agriculture. And he has asked myself and my colleague to really deliver his warm greetings and appreciate the offer of this land on a platter of gold, because otherwise we will have to be struggling to make use of it. And this vision falls within the vision of my minister in the area of using institutional lands. We are really looking at using even praising yards to be able to use it to grow food for self-sufficiency, for export, for commercial purposes. So really appreciate this offer from the Osun State College of Education. This publication is the green alternative of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. This is our guide for all our agricultural intervention during this administration from 2016 to 2020. It covers all the areas of the agricultural intervention that we're looking at, both for youth empowerment, women empowerment, commercial agriculture, exports, promotion, imports or substitution, wealth creation, and all sorts. So on this note, I would like to present the copy to the chairman. Thank you so much, sir. So on that note,
The next item is to remove the farm plates. Yes. The fight is ready.
We are ready for the farm. Okay. I didn't ask him. Nobody. That's it. Maybe you have to pay.
Oh yeah. Okay, sir.
We just try to do the kind of demonstration from this one. I've been there for a while. This is our orchard. I will just planted more in that area. Then we will just planted some plantain tree. Here we cultivated this place recently. Here we got some corn. I did well. I was able to make some money. Then we have cassava there too. So by the time the cassava is done, banana and plantain will also be coming up. So just a pilot farm to see how much you can also like start from somewhere. So the whole of this area belongs to the school, the college, pilot farm.
How many hectares do you have there?
Yeah, we have 3 hectares here. Okay. Okay. And this
So
side,
plantain only.
Then it's oil palm. We planted some 10 years ago.
10 years.
Yes, yes. And they are doing fine. Our intention is we have planted more, about 500 more. So intention is in the future we want to be processing our own. Get processing meat, our exports. We have the OSSCE.
For now, what do you do?
And we go into partnership with somebody. That person will come. She will do the harvesting. Then that's sharing from land. Me takes 6%. She takes 40%. 60%.
How many hectares?
In terms of the management of this and then the processing you're talking about, do you get students involved in any way, particularly just so that they could also learn the process and pick up some knowledge?
Yes. At the time when they are doing the pruning, someone will be there watching. By the time they are harvesting, they will be there. Then we go to the place where they are processing. Together we'll see the way they are doing. There's a modern processing machine and the local one of using their feet to press this something there. So they now compare the two and we allow them to write their projects, comparing modern processing of palm oil with the local.
Do you look at the economics of
Business
this?
side.
Because
Yes.
the essence of all this is let them know how much you are spending to get what you are getting. Now, what is the value of the oil this woman is spending?
Yes.
Walk back.
Yes. If you come to our department, we'll show some of the projects. Economics of palm oil processing using traditional method and modern method.
Yeah, that's the
Even with the
processing
modern
aspect.
method.
Now, that's why I say, looking back,
Okay.
you have to dress this
Yes.
at a cost.
Yes.
The woman is just picking from the other end, isn't it? The
Product.
tail end of it to
You pay
process.
for the dress though.
You
We only
understand?
do the weighing.
Now, you are sharing 60-40. Are you
What are
fair
the
to
basis?
the school
What are the bases?
Yes.
on that sharing basis? Why am I
What
saying that?
parameters were used?
You have kept this for 10 years. How much did it cost you to get it to this level? You understand? Now, before she comes in to pick the bunches, you still work on it even for that year to have it. If she just comes and pick the bunch and she processes, gives you, just listen to what I said. She processes and then share 60-40. Is that a fair sharing on the side of the school when you look at the economics of it?
Can I answer that?
Yes.
Yes, we only do the weeding. She'll be the one that will do the other things like the pruning. She will pay for the local that will do the harvesting, everything. So our own ends with just doing the clearing. Then we now monitor. Anytime she wants to do any harvesting, will be there too. So we count the number of bunches harvested. They say we'll go there, they will pack, they will go there together and watch. So this will now do their projects on it, the economic analysis.
The oil palm is on how many hectares of land or how many meters?
We have 200 stamps.
For 10 years.
Then we planted another 100. This year we're trying to expand. So we planted another 200.
Over the years, there have been no serious fault, to go into but now our eyes are open because of economic recession in the country.
In the past, to think back. You don't want to spend money. You want something, you spend naira now, then you get the return. Okay. You still now have money that are interested in agriculture now. So for even this planting now, just last year, money was supposed to plant them. And we have 1,400 suckers already planted. Our attention that this year now, from only one stand, at least about 3 suckers. From then we can now expand, cover the whole area. So that's our intention for this year. That was say in the past no money. Now when there's no money, cannot do this agriculture.
Can I ask the method used in multiplying of plantain? The suckers, which method do you use in multiplying?
No, we get
For it to be cost effective.
We just bought this one that we have planted now.
From where?
From we got one that used to go to Nios to go and
Which variety is that?
he said the normal hybrid from the latest hybrid from Nios, Ibadan.
What's the name?
They called it for something. I don't know what's the name.
Okay. So, the cassava is not your farm.
You said?
The cassava farm is not yours.
No, our own is there. That's the demarcation. We are trying to drive the local people away. By the time we get our cashew nuts, they want to plant cashew.
Okay, all this, even the cassava farm belongs, the land belongs to the school, right?
To the school, but they infringe upon by the natives. That's why I say we have to thank the new management team now that they are interested in agriculture. So we have told them anytime they have their cassava, they should stay away from the college farm. So we don't want to destroy their crops, and they have none already. And that's why I cannot see them plant any other thing there. Anytime they harvest, they will leave. Then we can now get our land back.
Let me ask, because most of the time when we go for a farm or small big canal, we try to find out what the investor, what do you want to really go into as an institution? Because we've seen investment in the area of oil palm. Now here is plantain also. Which area do you think you have the trust, you want to go into in terms of economics of scale and
We
other
are
things?
thinking about to start with the arable crops. What to go into intensive cassava production. Because what to do about OSSCE gari, what we doing gari, processing and bagging it so that we cannot be exporting, we cannot be selling to others outside of your state. And in that way, promoting the name of the college. By the time they say OSSCE, what is OSSCE? That's what's called the Ila-orangun gari. Then part of it for
You brand it, right?
brand it, yes, sir. They want to go into poultry production too. Poultry production. We still go there. So you have a fish pond there.
What kind of fish?
This is a common catfish. So that people can just come and buy. They will make money from it. Then poultry. Go to these broilers, the layers. Then in the area of cash crops, we are talking about cashew and citrus.
Citrus, right?
Sweet orange, then some mangoes.
You don't think about planting some of these annuals like corn and
You know, by the time we plant a cassava, surely we are going to intercrop with maize.
yeah, because
And we go to crop say,
you could do corn as well.
monocropping
Yeah. Especially considering the demand,
for maize now.
not just for not for eating raw grain, but dried, for industrial purposes and all of that. Yeah, this will provide a lot of advantages. You take advantage of your land and human resources to actually grow.
Is this all we're looking at?
No, just stop by. So that the first page says. Yes,
Are we entering?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Nobody has been here to tell us that. I mean, I still bring the question. Why don't you
Dedicate some
Yeah.
science, reasonable science.
Yeah, because the offtake is a major opportunity for an institution like yours. You produce a large amount. The poultry industry is in trouble, really. Corn is a major some of their work. In fact, you are linking up directly more or less with the feed millers, for supply. So because doctor was asking some questions while we're talking about the oil palm, which was actually the question that I had in mind. I was trying to walk from the market back to the farm. So you could as well think about that, because there's a big opportunity in the poultry industry today. About 60% of what goes into feed is carbohydrate energy source. So if you make, if you produce maize and one or two major millers know that they can always get significant quantity from you, then of course you strike some business deals. You produce and they offtake.
Yes, sir.
So I said, and then yes, okay.
Combination of labels.
Yeah. No, but let markets actually determine what they are trying to do. Market should determine what they are trying to do. There's no point producing simply because you want to produce. And then the dual opportunity of also using what you are doing to teach the students. You understand? So he was asking a question about the business side of it. The students can also learn, while they're doing that. Okay, the school can produce this for these off-takers. So if I also leave this place, I can do this, things like that. So I guess these are the kinds of things that would be
we have that
stimulating.
in the pipeline too, and that's why I want to thank the provost and the entire management. They went to Abuja State Fund to source for this finance from them. My intention is to buy new tractor. So by the time we have that, people don't teach on this post and contrast technology again. By the time we have our own tractor, just plow, people will come, then divide it into groups, so they will know the essence of doing it themselves. So we have to plow the land, then plant, then we can harvest on a large scale.
Demonstration farm
From commercial.
You said something about them coming to see, so that they can come and see.
And for them to see, it's not business.
If I may ask, how many acres or hectares are pliable?
Here.
Yeah, we have up to 1,000.
No, the pliable ones.
Okay, pliable ones.
Where there are
No trees,
No
to
stones.
place
Stones.
that tractors can easily enter and walk on.
Yes, about 1,000.
About
Yes,
1,000.
hectares.
If the project wants to support, or the Federal Ministry of Agri says we want to support farmers, now that is one aspect. Two, we want to look at who will manage it, how will you manage it. We are looking at business. You understand?
Not demo.
Now, the project may say, yes, the Minister of Agriculture will say, we want to give you this quantity of input, fertilizer, agrochemical, seed to plant. We want to even ensure that we talk of the State Ministry of Agriculture, send extension agents here to assist these people. If Adama project wants to do business plans based on clusters, then we want to look, the ministry is going to link you to off-takers, people who will readily buy this thing. Now the the local farmers do maybe 1 metric ton per hectare, but with the support and the technical assistance, you are going to make 2.53 metric tons per hectare, and this you can get on a regular basis. Then the buyers know that they have assured source of input, and they now see you as the first point of call. How can you ensure that is done?
Okay, there's no problem. The college management, they put a committee in place.
Before you go further,
yes, sir.
Committee is where there is no commitment. So go on.
Because projects to be subjected to bureaucracies and around secretary cannot ask.
The first answer is committee.
The point about committee is when you need to take on the spot decision.
The chairman has traveled, the secretary cannot decide
exactly. You talk
who
about
are you
and all that. So there must be something different from the committee.
Actually,
if you want,
like a task
we can help
Yeah.
to arrange a management or coordinating structure for you
It's not committee.
support you to make designs
They have
of
parallel
what
responsibilities.
the farms will be put in plots of these hectares of these, and who and who will do what, how will you get around this, and how do you face your planting to ensure you meet the demands of those based on,
Yes, sir. We have 2 farm managers of grants, so 2 farm managers, apart from the committee that I said we have in place too. And we have the Department of Agriculture. Here we have a specialist in area areas of agriculture. Members of the committee too. So the idea is that anytime we want to do anything, we now split. Some people will be in charge of cashew, others in charge of cassava, on our own.
I think sorry to interrupt you. I think for this special intervention, you really need to help us. Put special purpose vehicle for this very project. So we are not stuck with the bureaucracy of this committee or that coordination of this thing. Whenever we talk about this, we are going to name the project. This particular project is manned by this person, coordinated by this person.
Every production cycle you are expecting what quantity, and then this group of off-takers will buy. This is how much is coming in. This is what part of this goes to the next year's production, and possibly you want to expand. This is what part of it should go into it.
Even after the expiry of the committee, the project continues. The project continues. So we don't really don't want to be stuck with the bureaucracies or
the committee can at best be at the background. But the real
quiet people on the field.
Yes, who will be on the field. would know that because these are more or less.
But
Like,
planting season is getting close.
We should start
So
now.
we should start now. So if you want to
planting
form
operations,
committee, inaugurate
because
committee,
we
this
have the
budget
first rain
committee,
yesterday.
it
And
will
once
take
we are
us
coming to say
anywhere.
thank God, we have a rain yesterday. And
Already the council has already incorporated a venture, which is
We
incorporated venture.
also
Which you have to take charge of all this.
need to do some reformatting
Yeah,
of
structure on ground.
on the ground.
the HOD agri.
I know the children.
The farm manager,
The chairman.
the chairman of the now.
Okay, sir.
Reformatting is a line of thinking from the issue of this is your forestry kind of thing, tree plants. You understand? We need to get that off completely. The tree planting thing has to be gradual and over time.
You need to
But
be
you are
generating.
looking
You need to be
at
generating.
what you want to do
Generating,
to be generating
fund
income.
now. Income.
And then how do you do it better? How do you improve? How do you assess or even ask for
And cultivate
better
like
technology
2-3
because you have
times
found that
harvest,
this
2-3
thing
times a
is worthy of doing? Now you have gotten benefit, you want to do it better. How do I, things like that. Then for your tree crops, they will come over time.
Gradually.
As this is going, then you start to be doing your tree planting, and if you want to
As
use
we
it
harvest
to
cassava, as we
safeguard
harvest maize
your this
2-3
thing,
times a
Against
year.
it will be
encroachment
part
and
of
fresh
your
vegetables and all
investment from proceeds of this. Yes. So, if you quickly now you also must decide what crops
You want
Prioritize.
to do, what options are available. Now you can go into large-scale maize cropping because we say
ready market.
there is a ready
Crying
market.
need.
You can decide to say, look, we want to do cassava so that we
Industrial.
can process gari. We want to have our own small
Or maybe
scale.
HQCF.
Oscar Gary.
My fear with the
the technology.
HQCF, not even the technology, is the demand for it, is it existing?
Right now. Yeah. Right now.
It is
may
a
make
highly
but Doc,
cost
But Doc, another,
intensive
yeah, I know.
investment.
Another thing again is this: if they have the equipment,
Hmm.
as we're talking about, a blend of this thing,
Bread and wheat.
yeah, we could. I mean, they could encourage the bakers within the land, the environs. for
Let me
instance.
tell you the danger there.
Yeah.
Dr. Adeshina was able to move that because he has the political power and the support.
Correct. That's true.
Most of the flour mills, go and ask now,
resistant.
Adeshina is not there. How many of them are
Still
still
using
doing
it.
that?
I think they
You understand? Cassava
Cassava
to
flour.
substitute. It is cheaper for them to use the wheat they are used to. You understand? So once the man that was pushing them to do it is no longer there, they quickly go back to.
go back to
So
casting.
if we say we are investing in that, it's like chasing a wild goose. So
think the
it's
the
better
Gary
we do the
stuff.
things, the quick win
Yes, like
activities.
Like Gary.
Gary,
You mentioned something like
you
packaging
can even
and
package
putting the
your
name of-
Irubo, fufu and the rest of them.
Value addition.
UNAP, for example, does a lot of odorless fufu.
Correct. That's
In fact, people come from different parts, and there is a guy close by in Ibadan, Niji Farm. Is it Laura or somewhere around there? That's where he exports most of those things.
Yeah. It was
So-
one of that brought the grinding machine, the stainless
Great.
grinding
So
machine.
he can be brought here, come and train, come and install this for people. And he said, even if I produce 1 million metric tons of fufu daily,
So
there is market for it.
he's a good resource person to work with.
So someone like that can
Yes, can
can
give assistance.
yeah,
But we
help
have
you
to
to
be clear
take
Well-
about the concept.
That's,
to be
that's the
you have to
thing.
be clear in your
So we
mind.
don't know
Yes,
going forward.
yes. Explain a number of issues at the
The
market.
concept has to be clear.
Then of course,
And
yeah,
then milestone.
I would like
production.
to also add, I'm seeing a twin objective of income generation and capacity building for even students, is what we want to do. And whether we like it or not, a lot of opportunities are here for us now, especially now that we're having issue with foreign exchange.
Yeah.
so many things that have been imported before, whether we like it or not, they'll be falling back to what we are able to produce locally.
Yes.
So in all these thinking, I would like a very integrated approach. If you prioritize what you want now, if at the end of the day you are zeroing down on maybe cassava, aside from, yes, primary objective of making the income, you also want to have students that will be able to have understanding that, yes, I've studied so and so, but I've learned something in addition to what I even studied, that when I get out, I can begin to, so
entrepreneurial.
So I would like this to be incorporated into this discussion. Yes, we have a very big plan. We start, small, and we begin to expand that, but not losing those two key objectives.
I think even as we do the commercial, the students come there, they are trained.
Yes, of course.
In fact, they can be made to
manage plots or hectares.
Yes, the tractor is working, you just miscalibrate. If you have agri-engineering units, you can say this is the problem with this. This one, this is the appropriate calibration. You see the furrow, this is what number, this is the consequence of not doing the calibration well. You are supposed, on 1 hectare, you should do like maybe 12,000. But now we have done the wrong calculation. We can't get up to this. So they now know they can pick the engineering aspect plus the practical, So the fellow that is doing the plowing, the harrowing is doing his work. But you can just, that's right. So, and as these things are going on, they come to the farm, they see the different. I know that in Osun State, our project, the Fadama project, brought in some planter to do planting of the cassava stem. And from some of them, we got yields almost close to 30 metric tons per hectare.
Automated planter.
Yes, whereas the normal farmer will get 10, 12 metric tons per hectare.
15 at the most.
At most 15. So you are seeing.
You can multiply that by 3.
You are exposed to this kind of opportunity.
In other words, how do you maximize
and
the use of the space?
Even as you do them commercially, they can come. Then you can also have demonstration plots for them. Just a few plots, but from demonstration they come to reality. Come and see how this thing, even on the large scale.
Next thing, what is state institutions go on strike often. What happens when you go on strike?
Good point.
Here is one of the 2 to 3 months. You'll not be in school.
Here is one of the issues.
So that will not affect this project.
Hold on. It's a very good question he has. I like your question. Answer this.
Yes,
because I have perspective.
Yes, our intention is that we used to have these Benue boys from a Benue state. They will come by February. They leave by December. So we have to find farmers that stay with them. They are paid from the college covers. So they don't have to go on strike at all. Every day they will come and work on the farm.
Now I'm going to come in. This question is a very, very good one. Students do strike. Yes. But students can also choose not to strike. If this project we are talking about becomes a darling of the students, I am aware that not all of them will be doing agric. But even for non-agric students who are studying by the side, maybe their friends and all of that, when you're talking about strike and somebody knows that there's a project he's learning something from, and they are the ones, in fact, if you make friends with some of those troublemakers among them, and you make them look responsible, they are the ones who will tell their colleagues, no, we're not.
No, but let me give you the example of Leventis Foundation Agric School.
All right.
In Leventis Foundation, I think 20% theory, 80% practical. Yes. At the end of the year, proceeds from these agricultural activities they have done, these students get a percentage of it when they take away.
As motivation.
So if you have incentives,
such things will encourage.
So indirectly, the issue of strike can actually be out of the equation depending on how this project is structured.
If you have a management structure in place who designs and does what has to be done, the student aspect may just be minimal. I mean, it will not be a critical thing, whether they are there or not. And of course, students that are serious-minded, because, I mean, when I was doing a master's degree somewhere, one of the guys in my class said all through his undergraduate days, he used to go to farm to work, to pay his school fees, an indigent student. Now, at master's level, he was still doing it. You know, honestly. So there will be students here who will also want such opportunities. Good. So you were saying something like pay people from the school scopers. Try not to do that too often. Once you kickstart the project, let the project sustain itself. Because it has to be business. It has to be business. You must have, if you want,
an agribusiness.
the Fadama project can come and help train
The technical aspect.
all these record keeping,
Business plan.
business plan preparations, negotiations, marketing. And of course, if you have cassava, for example, it still works for feed mills. A lot of them want to get the calorie that he talked about, even from cassava. You can make cassava chips from this place. And you come and buy the peels of cassava are very good.
What about even the stem cuttings? The stem cuttings. You could make money out of
Very swampy areas there, you can do some hectares of rice.
Yes, that's what I want to ask.
Yes.
So you have to draw the concepts, allocate this side
So
for
you
this, this
must
side
go
for
out
this.
now. One first thing is try to demarcate plowable areas now. That's the first thing you have to start to look at. And where possible,
contiguous
try to mark them out and put the area. And then you can look at what is good, what can be done in those areas.
We have seen, they are still going to be a kind of storm.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why it is.
I want to
And
ask
if you are
a question.
if you are looking at this farming season, this has to start.
You have to have move now fast.
immediately.
Let me ask a question. Everything we are mentioning in the area of value chain activities or production of one crop enterprise or the other, everything borders on what do you have, what equipment do you have. Because even though if you want to start your agricultural activity, it has to be, it's a function of one, availability of the resources.
Our concept and business plan, we address all those. For you to do this, this is what you need, this is what I have.
Okay,
we need to know what they have.
Yeah, at least
It's
share with us.
You need to look at, first and foremost,
they
even
have?
if you are going to get equipment, you need to look at the size of farm so that you don't underutilize that equipment.
That's why you should
So
come in first
it
and
would
see.
be wiser to go and get the
From
equipment
outside
from
and
outside
use. Yeah, that's right.
rather than
Own it.
except you
Rather
want
than
to
own it.
do a tractor hiring service.
After
After you
you are
have finished using
Then you take it to
you
farm.
can make some money from it. But you see, things that become is for everybody
Belongs to nobody.
belongs to nobody. But when a private person runs such,
Manages
he will make a lot of money. So you must also be careful to see if you want to do it like that. The issue of nepotism should not work. Because I'm the manager here, I want to bring my brother. And my brother who will do anything, I cannot. And of course, we also have to be careful political interference. If you are doing business, let's know it is business. So if any political bigwig wants to come in now to say no, you must employ
So and so person.
my whatever.
You have to be
Now
careful.
you know you have killed the business sense in this thing.
Outright.
So, and the moment that happens, every other person there who has a tendency to do otherwise will latch on that, and that business
kill it.
has
You kill it.
started to
Die
go
the
down.
natural death.
So another alternative is to do a PPP arrangement. Give the land, you support minimally, and then whoever the private sector is that wants to
Takes it over.
take it over, then you are running pari passu.
So whether they strike or no
So,
strike, what is going on?
So, those are the
But by the time they say you are coming, we're so happy. We are thinking that maybe you are going to assist us, maybe financially, in terms of equipment, seeds, so that we know what to do. So we know how we want to come in, so that we can put
All
down
of
your
those
own in
are
our
not
house, so that we
impossible.
synchronize the whole idea.
Beautiful.
Though we are expecting tractors from you,
You are a Yoruba man, we say one can follow you, you understand? We want you to lay your card on
the table.
This is what you want to do, this is how. Then we will see
where we can
where the gaps are, so we can
come in.
You don't just come, I mean, where we make it too cheap. Oh, we are going to give you this, we are going to give you that, and
that's even when nepotism
then you go into sleep.
We want to know your first needs, not wants.
Correct.
So we want to address your first
even
needs.
if they bring wants, we will help them to streamline it to needs.
So we still have to start with the concept. This is the space.
Clear
This is what we want to make out of it. These are the breakouts. This is what we have to be able to move ahead. These are the missing gaps.
Timeline.
In black and white.
To intervene,
in black and
we
white.
have some crops of intervention, and that is in cassava and rice. We are into supporting sow cassava and sow rice.
No, but even for this special kind of intervention, maize can come in.
Okay.
Maize can come in. Especially if you are looking at youth empowerment and
maybe cassava maize intercrop.
I mean, let them bring up the concept.
When the concept is on the table.
So,
Hello, yeah.
We are giving you 10 tractors.
And I knew that's what you were doing. 100 hectares for us, and we'll start.
Okay, cashew, okay, 10,000.
That is why people who got that in the past never made any success of it. Anything that comes cheap is never valued.
So you have to work for it now.
No, it's not just working for it, you must
We're going to sit together, we're going to sit together, we identify the need.
At getting benefit from it.
We sit together, we identify the need.
It's not...
so then you also will see the justification for whatever is coming.
Okay.
Sowing wild oats.
You know that adage that the champ you don't do with money. You only put it at the back side of the fireplace. So that you are really you are endowed. So
Boss, okay.
Forest belts
so you can do so much.
So many things.
You can do
Àwọn
so
kòkó
much.
yìí nǹkan ò kílẹ̀ sí.
Àwọn notice náà ni tó bá ti fẹ́ lò á sọ fún un. We have been told to that anytime that we want to use it, 6 months notice.
The arrangement is on ground is almost 50-50. Whatever operation you want to do, be it land clearing, land preparation, inputs, 50-50.
We can make it look like it's a support to youth. And if it is a support to the youth, it's
that's
100%.
which is beyond my own.
It's 100%
So you
support.
still have to work it together. You have to design it.
Yes, everything will have to be designed.
Now,
Because you have an
we have to see the youth and capture them in our database. You understand? Yes, they are your students, but
for this
you have 500 hectares that the project is supporting. For this kind of commodities, you have 500 young ladies and men who are there. So
that will give them power.
we look at so the project gives a priority and then waives the issue of the beneficiary contribution per se. So most of the intervention is likely to be 100%. That does not make you to stay back. So you will the
So where does it
state
go to?
coordinator will still discuss.
I'm on my executive. I'm at so this is what you want. I'm very anxious. You give me. No. Photo.
ṣé gbogbo kí ló ń gbé dáadáa.
Ó ti ẹ̀wọ̀n bọ́lá.
Níbo ni pọ́ǹdì wọn? Sáǹdì ẹ̀ lọ. Òkú sí gbogbo àná ẹ̀ lómi wà.
From 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right.
The other side, they really are doing like, but not that we have called them. We are yet to get money to start the day. What about this one? These are the fish ponds. Fish pond? Yes, the fish pond. And the found the broilers. We are looking for money to start.
And it is very funny.
Hello? 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 Hello?
And there are a lot of areas where you get what you're coming from Adama and from the ministry.
Green fields. In some areas we saw farming activities going on. Then some areas still virgin land, so to say, in quotes. We were at the livestock section 2. We saw signs of some animal rearing there, all kinds of fishery, poultry. Of course, we were told the school has some goats which have free or they are out there. Now, while on the farm, while going around, we had discussions with different sets of people. We made general observations there. One key thing is this. It's like while the school or some of the authorities in the school thinking of tree crops, so first and foremost, let's put that one aside critically. If we want the support from the Ministry of Agri, this is a short-term intervention you are looking at. The Minister of Agri is not going to be there for fine. So the issue of this tree crop thing should be kept aside for now. Two, the intervention is looking at quick win activities. Things that we can quickly say, yes, we want to support young people, we want to support an institution, to go ahead and do this, essentially to build agro-entrepreneurs. Three, we also realize that, yes, while you have a large expanse of land, there are a lot of, quite a good proportion of this land not yet cleared. Now, the likelihood of this intervention getting involved in land clearing is quite slim, and the reasons are obvious. While we spend time doing land clearing, when are we going to do the actual agriculture itself? We are looking at the next farming season, which is right at our doorsteps. So we cannot wait. So we want to look at what are those agricultural activities we can go into immediately. That made us to start to be looking at what size of land is plowable for now. The support is looking through the Fadama project at the state level to be the major anchor through which support will come from the federal government. Then we may be thinking of the extension agents in the State Ministry of Agri to also give some backings. Now we started to look at possible models through which support can be given. One, if we want to do a commercial business, from what we have seen on the fields and interactions, we won't want it to be absolutely the school administrative system handling the farm management. If we want to have an agricultural consult to be strictly business thing, let it be carved out. So we have an agro-business consultancy system in the school that will go into production, processing, and marketing. The staffing system will be supported from proceeds from that. That does not exclude student intervention. It becomes a commercial farm where students can go and say, we were giving an example, for example, you bring some tractors there. You want to try them on driving the calibration of tractors and all that. They can still come while the farms will remain commercial. And on the other hand, the school can have some demonstration farms where you demonstrate and the students can see the practical aspects right there. The other alternative is to have a public-private partnership arrangement where you have a private concern managing the farm on behalf of the school and then benefit shares. The third model is the one where the students will be directly involved in the different farming enterprises. They will be involved in planting, the weeding activities, even if they have to use herbicides, they will be dressed up for it. When it is time for harvesting, they will be there. If it is time for processing, some will be there. At the end of the day, some of these students will now be given part of the proceeds, which becomes an attraction for students to go into agriculture. For now, the snag in this arrangement, however, may be the number, the age, and experience of the students that we want to use to make any significant impact. If we don't have many students doing agriculture, it may not be what might be easily practicable, because the size of land you are looking at may be big, where just a few number of students may not be able to handle. However, it looks a beautiful arrangement. except you want to have maybe a few size, I mean a small size of land for this kind of arrangement, while you try the other models. But essentially, we want it to be a strict agribusiness enterprise. From what we saw on the fields, most of the agricultural enterprises run so far have not been well run. Most of them are dead because monies have been sent back to the schools so far and not back there to the farm. So if any support, it has to be what can be sustainable. I don't know if some of my colleagues still have some things to add from what I've said. I think I've not said it all. Yes.
Are you hearing me, sir?
Yeah.
Having said that, sir, we'll have a small exercise. Because you know what you want from the intervention. We are aware of what we can offer. We divide into 2 sessions, your management review, and then our group on the other side. And the things that we want to work on, I will dictate, we can write it down. Then we divide into 2. For 30 minutes or for 40 minutes, we now come back and reconvene. Is that fine, sir?
I think what she's saying essentially, now we have our concepts of how to support. Now the school needs to come out and articulate from the discussions we've had on the field, from what we have seen, what now do you want from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture? Now, from what we have seen on the field, we want to sit and say, how do we support this from the various possible options that are there? Then we can come together and harmonize our views, come out with a final action plan. How do we go about making reality of this? I think it's...
So, I don't know who will represent you in taking notes of these topics. Then we divide into 2. Come back after 40 minutes.
Will you please be available for that? Because you are talking of the PPP of the thing.
I will list the topic that you will discuss in your group. The same topic we are discussing in our group. We now come back and harmonize our thinking to both sides.
So we need a executive or either side?
I don't know the secretary. Maybe you decide on how you want to manage it. So please note the items to be considered.
Okay.
Number 1, number 2 is size of plowable size of the land. Number 3, we want to talk about the priority commodities, including crops and livestock, and then you still consider the quick wins and long term within the plowable areas. Priority commodities broken down to crops and livestock, then quick wins and long term in plowable space. Then what style of management should we go for? Style of management. Then percentage of students' involvement in the total project. Then composition of the management group. How should the management group be composed? Number 3, expectations from federal government through FADAMA. Expectations from federal government through FADAMA. Next one is the business model. What model do we want to adopt? Is it commercial, like my team leader has explained? Is it pure agribusiness? Is it PPP? Is it student direct involvement in terms of entrepreneurship? The next one is the funding strategies. How do you want to fund this project? Funding strategies. what are the sustainability issues? What are our trying to sustain this project? Then what are the land legal status, ownership, land legal status? Then how do we manage the farmers on the land? Because we understand that there are some already existing farmers operating there. How do we manage or incorporate them? Then timelines. This is January. From February for the next 1 year, what are the action that we can do? So timelines within 1 year. Then any other matter of importance that your group may consider for us to deal with. And this is coming under Fadama Additional Funding Project. So all the intervention or requests will come through them. So can we use another room or we use Sorry, sir?
No, you can stay here. You want to stay here?
No, he's all right.
No.
You want to stay? No, we can.